Today is March 20, 2023. My name is Rob Carr of Kalamazoo Right to Life, and this is Pro-Life Week. Well, a few things today, some things happening around the country, and some things happening here at home in Kalamazoo. Last Thursday, a Florida State House subcommittee approved the Pregnancy and Parenting Support Act, and the vote was 13-5. That's a good, solid pro-life vote. Unfortunately, all 13 yes votes came from Republicans, and all 5 pro-abortion votes came from Democrats. And it's really tragic or disheartening that the Democratic Party is almost lockstep in bed with the pro-abortion industry. Years and years ago, maybe a few decades ago, there were plenty of pro-life Democrats, even at the national level, but they are practically all extinct now. Actually, there's only one Democrat in the U.S. House, Henry Cuellar of Texas. He's the only pro-life Democrat left in the House of Representatives. And at one time, there were 125 pro-life Democrats back about 1990. So you can just tell what has happened to the great Democratic Party. They have fallen off the cliff when it comes to abortion. Now, the bill, like I said, it's a heartbeat bill. It would ban all abortions once a fatal heartbeat is detected, about 6 weeks. There are exceptions for rape and incest and for the life of the mother if, and I'm quoting here, if, quote, serious risk of substantial and irreversible physical impairment, unquote. The bill has more provisions. It would prohibit tax dollars from being used to pay for abortion travel expenses. And it would require that abortion drugs be provided in person by a licensed physician. Now, in many, many states, probably the majority of states, women can get the abortion pills via a webcam, as opposed to an in-person visit to a doctor where he actually gives her the pills. So this is a good bill, a good pro-life bill. And I think it has a very good chance of passing, and Governor Ron DeSantis will sign it. Now, current Florida law bans abortions after 15 weeks. After the Dobbs decision last year that basically permitted the 15-week ban with the Mississippi law, after that decision, the Florida legislature did pass a 15-week ban to comply with Dobbs. But unfortunately, even with that restriction, 82,000 abortions were performed in Florida in 2022. So, and here's part of the problem. Thousands, perhaps tens of thousands of women are coming to Florida from neighboring states like Mississippi and maybe Alabama and a few others. These are states that have very restrictive pro-life laws. And even though Florida has a strong 15-week ban, it's still not good enough. So women are still coming to Florida if they can get their abortions before that 15-week restriction or that limit. So they're coming to Florida by the thousands. And this heartbeat bill would severely cut into that 82,000 number and save tens of thousands of more babies. Okay, in a somewhat related story, many hundreds of women from Texas and other states, but primarily Texas, are traveling to New Mexico to get abortions. Remember, Texas does have that famous or infamous heartbeat bill, banning abortions roughly after 6 weeks. And liberal New Mexico has no restrictions on abortion, basically through all stages of pregnancy. Sidewalk counselors in New Mexico are seeing a disturbing trend. Many women they encounter at clinics tell them that there's a certain level of pressure for them to abort. They have been given airfare, hotel rooms, car rentals to help them make that decision to kill their babies. Some women also tell sidewalk counselors that their plane leaves in a few hours and they do not have the time to listen to a sidewalk counselor and talk to them about saving their babies. So they go in, have the abortion, and they go out and they leave. And there's very little interaction between the counselors and a lot of these women. Some women in Houston have said that they have received a $300 gift card from the local Houston Planned Parenthood to entice them to cross state lines for abortions. Okay, in other news, I say today that a Louisiana state rep has decided to leave the Democratic Party and join the Republican Party, primarily over social issues. The Democrats are too radical, too liberal, and they do not align with his Christian values. Well, my only comment to that is, what took him so long? I mean, this is 2023. The Democratic Party has been in bed with the abortion lobby since the late 1970s. Where's this man been? I mean, the Democratic Party, like I mentioned before, they, at least at the national level, they're all pro-abortion, every single one of them, including our president, Joe Biden. I saw a picture of the man. He looks like he's in his 50s, maybe early 60s. I mean, where's he been? Has he had blinders on the last several years? I was born and raised a Democrat myself. And all through college, I was a Democrat. But I left the party in the late 1970s. Or actually, I should say, I did not leave the Democratic Party. The party left me, primarily over the issue of abortion. I just could not stomach the fact that my political party that I was raised in would embrace an immoral practice of killing innocent babies in the womb. So I got out, and I'm glad the guy is out in Louisiana. I'm glad he's out, but I'm just wondering, what took him so long? The Democratic Party is not just radical anymore. They are, in many respects, crazy. I mean, some of their positions are crazy, way beyond radical. And don't get me started on 9-month pregnancies through all stages of pregnancy and gender affirming pronouns. Okay, that's another issue, but don't get me started. Okay. Wyoming has a new law banning abortions from the moment of conception. Praise the Lord for that. And on Friday, the state's governor signed a bill that will ban abortion drugs, the first state in the nation to do so. So thank God for the state of Wyoming banning chemical abortions. Okay, now let's turn to some local news. Kalamazoo Right to Life held its annual high school oratory contest this past Saturday. And this year's winner is a high school freshman named Natalie Shank. In a day or so, you'll be able to go onto our Kalamazoo Right to Life website at kazoortl.org and look under our events heading or subheading, and you should find in a day or two some pictures of that contest. Pictures of Natalie and her challenger, a young gal who actually won last year, Rachel Joseph. And both of these young ladies gave remarkable speeches, compelling messages. And when our judges did the tally, the difference between first place and second place was only 6 points. It was really, I think it was 127 to 121 or 22. I mean, it was really, really close. So kudos to Natalie and Rachel for fine speeches. Natalie will go on to compete in the state competition up in the Lansing area in a few months. Also, our annual Focus on Life dinner is coming up on May 11, 2023. Cost is $30 per person, $10 for a student of all ages. So if you're a high school or if you're a college student, even if you're a graduate student, you get in for $10. And it also, the $10 price also includes those who are disabled. This year's featured speaker is Pastor Lee Cummings of Radiant Church of Richland and their campus in Portage. And you may remember Pastor Cummings spearheaded the Prayer in the Park rally in downtown Kalamazoo in late October. Is about 3,000 Kalamazoo County Christians gathered together to pray over the issue of the Proposal 3 referendum. And Pastor Lee was the guy that got things started. So another kudos to him for the work he did. And actually, if I'm not even sure if it's still available, but the church may actually have a video of his sermon he gave, telling his congregation to basically to vote no on Prop 3 because it is a pro-abortion referendum. His message was awesome. It was a great message. Also, our oratory winner, Natalie Shank, will be giving her talk as well. The Focus on Life dinner is a great event. I mean, yeah, I go every year, but it's the biggest event of the year for us. You know, you great meal, great camaraderie with fellow pro-life believers. It's just a very uplifting, positive, really an excellent dinner, excellent event. And I encourage everybody who is hearing me today to go onto our website, kazoortl.org, and make a reservation for our Focus on Life dinner. You will not regret it. It is a wonderful event. And it starts at 6:30 p.m. Doors open about an hour sooner, so don't get there late. But it's a fundraiser. I'll let you know. It's a fundraiser too for the Right to Life of Michigan Education Fund, which is a great subdivision of the state group Right to Life of Michigan. They produce the best TV commercials in the whole country. Trust me, they do. They are the most thought-provoking, stylistic, just polished commercials, pro-life commercials that the Right to Life of Michigan Education Fund produces. And this money goes toward them. This is a great opportunity to put your money where your mouth is, so to speak. I'm going to be there. I hope you are too. And as they say somewhere, be there or be square. With that, I'll let you go, and I will see you next time.